Today I'm again with my SawStop 10-inch professional cabinet saw, and I want to show you the measuring devices on this saw and how to use them and how to adjust them. The first thing you'll notice, these measuring devices are for doing rips. The first thing you'll notice is that there are rulers both to the left of the blade and then a very long one to the right of the blade. That's the measuring that we're talking about. So oftentimes most times you want to cut an exact width in your rip. And let's say that width is 2 inches. So I will take a measuring device here and I will do that and set it at 2 inches. Now, if I have to do that every time I use the saw, you spend a lot of time measuring, etc., etc. That's where these measuring gauges come in handy. So I've just set that for 2 inches. And if you look, this right now, this little line on top of the rip fence is lined up with the 2 on that. And I can now move this over these numbers. So there is 1.5, and I can set it to 1.5, or I could set it to 3, etc. So that way you can quickly get the width that you want. And it turns out you can do it very accurately too if you take the time to calibrate this system. Now it's very easy and convenient to calibrate this and set it. And the way you do that is you make a very accurate measurement here, like we did before with the 2 inches. And then if your line is not lined up with the correct line on the yardstick below, then you're going to have to move this plastic top to line up with the numbers and lines down below. It's very simple to do. There are 2 screws here. You just loosen those screws and then you can move this from left to right and get it lined up fairly precisely. Once that's done, you no longer have to measure up here. You can simply look down here and set the rip fence in accordance with this yardstick and this metric right here. Another nice thing about a SawStop is that you can put this fence, it's normally on the right-hand side of the blade like we have it now, but oftentimes you'll want to do it on the left-hand side of the blade. It could be for various reasons, like you're cutting a small amount of it off of a very wide board and you don't have enough room out there. But whatever the reason, we want to move it. So we will move this to this side. And you'll notice here that it has another yardstick over here and another sighting gauge that allows you to do exactly the same thing on the left of the saw as the right of the saw. And again, you would calibrate it the same way because it has the same 2 screws on top. So we've taken a look today at the measuring and calibration of the measurement of the rip fence on a SawStop 10-inch professional cabinet saw. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. We encourage you to subscribe, and then we'll be able to keep you informed of future content.